the hardest things to read is with that light. Whew. It's interesting. No mini bag. Usually got little itty bitty parts and stuff, but this one, it all came in one bag. I'm very surprised by that. Usually there's going to be something that's there, right? All right. Oh, nothing there. All right. So we are building the Artemis, NASA Artemis Space Launch System. 36 pieces, or 632 pieces. Set 42221. This is one that has all the unique functions and everything. It looks like the rocket, the booster's going off, then the capsule is still kind of leading off. Trying to work through why there seems to be a little break inside there that slows it down. I mean, it's a little hard to turn there, but it's nice and free that way. But pretty sure that this shows like a spiral coming up. In fact, I think we get to actually install them here, that it won't allow it to come down, like slamming it down. So we're gonna try to see what that's all about. So I did bags 1, 2, and 3. I'm on 4. The first bag was mainly the mechanics underneath there. Bag 2 was really the tower, the gantry, and then 4 is trying to start detailing out the platform and the front of this thing. That's where the handle comes from. But what we're gonna do is start doing bag 4 here and go from there. So hoping to get it all built tonight, but I'm only gonna build for about an hour. So it's a little bit before 8. I think I'll go ahead and get started. I really like the look of this. There's literally, the way that the label is that you can almost do it flat, but there's a connector with an a round tile that allows this thing to just go down and just gives a little bit of an angle so it's easy to read and all that. I questioned earlier on why they didn't take the platform and do all this out of plates and tiles and stuff, because this is nothing but lift arms. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lift arms on either side, pinned together, overlapping pins to get it to go like that. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on. This thing seems kind of weak, but I don't know. It's not bad side to side. I think it's going to tie together here fairly quickly, but I don't know. It's I wish it could have been just a little bit better. It just seems like it's just going to fall backwards. But anyway. Okay. Let's keep going. Thought I wanted to try to get this done. Been sitting on the table for a couple weeks. It's been a long few weeks. Spring break was last week. Had friends down the week before. Just seems like I haven't been able to do a lot of building lately, and want to try to get this all worked out. Because I think it's a pretty cool set. It's actually more Technic than I thought it would be. There's more Technic in how it is. The only brick built stuff looks like it's pretty much going to be the rocket, but don't know. Yeah, and there's a lot of damn stickers too. I was really surprised by that too when I put the label on there, looking at the stickers, like, man, there is a lot here. It's not the music that everybody wants to hear, but it's royalty free, so I don't have issues moving forward. Hopefully there's not a problem later on, but it's just Apple duty free. It's almost like elevator music. So I keep on bringing up the idea of technical and brick builds because, you know, the architect in me feels that you have to have some type of structure underneath the facade of whatever you're building. No building is ever just built without some type of structure, even if it's, you know, wood framed or masonry framed, you know, steel structure, you know, there's always something underneath there, concrete, that has to provide something to support everything else that we have going on. So when we start building this stuff, I like the idea of Technic pieces supporting everything that's going on. That is a very unique piece. And need 2 of them. Oh, screwed up. That sucks. Screwed up. Only one of them. Alright. Try that again. This goes on there. That. On there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, It seems like it's overkill for a plate that I assume is gonna go like that. Guess I wanted to keep it more Technic. Not sure. Sorry for the yawn. I am a little tired. To be fair, it's spring break last week. It was long, like I said. Tried to go over and do a couple things Sunday over at a children's museum. Didn't end up that well. And it was just kind of busy yesterday too, doing stuff around the house, that type of thing. And then got here to the office today, started working, and just time went away, and the girls had some activities this evening. I had to do that, and late, and Steph is putting the girls down now, and I'm over here building this stuff, try to relax a little bit. So I like these little trim pieces. I don't know if you guys can see it that well, but it has just a little bit of flare. Has an axle spot on top and bottom, so you can start adding that into multiple locations, and it's not going to be that big of a hassle. You can just start pinning stuff into certain things. You gotta get the right one, because there is a left and a right, and you gotta make sure that you grab the right one, because it will definitely mess stuff up. And then there's also one that has the same profile that is about 3 studs wide by 2 studs, and it goes in like that. You get that piece, and then they've got the single axle with the double length pin. You don't see a lot of those, but they come in handy when you're starting to build a lot of stuff. This seems to be double. By the picture, this goes like that, right? Okay. To the other side. Who would have thought? There's that. I think looking at the preview, I think that this needs to be a whiteboard, so everybody can see what's all going on just a little bit better. I also thought about trying to put the build camera over my shoulder here. I think my big fat head and arm would get in the way. There's a lot of pins and everything else just to try to get a flat spot in there. And it all just kind of sits in there like that. Okay, so what this is doing is pinning this. I assume that this is going to be able to raise up, but it's going through all the different pieces and then tying in on that side to the I don't know if it's a Technic plate, but it's a lift arm, but it's only one or half a brick tall. It's like a spacer almost. So that's that. And these are going down that way for some reason. These pieces. See, another lift arm. It's on both sides, so that ties that in. Like I said, this is probably going to lift up. Yeah. So, engineering, Lego engineering right here. They put an axle here that's not the full length of, or the full circumference of what pin would be in here for that. So there's just enough space and not as much resistance to be able to tie this down to a point, but you can pop it up. Lego engineering, love it. So it's nice and solid. Doesn't really want to flop up unless you really get in there, and you can, and you lift it up. Then what they did is that they put a pin through here, capped it on this side to create a hinge that goes all the way through. That's pretty cool. Alright, so it looks like we're doing the spirals right now. So, got one and two. I love that no matter how you rotate that around the 90 degrees, you know, that you can turn an axle, it just all kind of lines up. One more. That's kind of cool. Simple things in life, you know? That's cool. Alright, so as I was saying that there's going to be a spiral coming on here that's actually, you know, makes the rocket go up and down. I assume this is a connector at the top, and it is. Okay, so what we're going to do is that this guy is going to go there. Then this one, at some point in time, I don't know where he's going to go. Let's figure that out. Okay. We're going to do it about right here. Nope. Needs to go just a touch. About right there is where it needs to be, I think. Yeah. Right. So we leave that like that. So that's the guide to make that go up, I assume, or that's what actually raises the thing, or the shuttle. So this suit is, I assume it's the actual lifter, and I think I'm right. I screwed up. Yep, I think this is actually has to be on the back side. And this guy. No, I think I missed something. Man, I missed something. Shit. And this one goes right here. So I think I missed a couple bearings. Happens to me all the time. It's interesting. I don't see it anywhere. Connectors, connectors, connectors. Oh, well, shit. Turn the page. Okay, so pin, bearing. Look at it. That's what. Oh yeah, look how hard that is to turn. It's easy going up though. But I don't know. See, there's a gap up there. What for? Do have an extra bearing. Only says use one and one axle connector. Oh well. Alright. So this is finished bag 4. We have the spiral, we have the guide up top. I assume this is going to be the rocket piece that actually holds that up to go up and down. Finish the base. And it has a nice little top. It's kind of interesting. Still would have thought that all this would have been plates and tiles and stuff like that, but it's Technic, complete Technic. All right. Okay. Bag 4 is done. Bag 5. Looks like it's nothing but rocket pieces or some rocket pieces. How new this set is. I thought it would have been paper bags, but no, we got plastic bags here. Not that many pieces. Bag 5. It's nothing but connectors. Interesting. Literally one of the hardest pieces I have in my head to try to install are these bearings that have the pins on them. It just seems like I can never get them to line up just right, but they're used on everything. I assume that this is a dark orange, just by the tone. I really kind of like the look at that. If it is, it's one of those things that in my brain I've always thought about maybe trying to do a planet side of dark orange or something like that. But everybody would probably just think it's Geonosian. So I like my moon rockiness. Light and dark bluish gray. I get a little dark blue in there. Not much. Maybe a tone of purple, but I like to branch out a little bit. And truth of the matter, my daughter, she's got a plate full of the little itty bitty aliens that came out. I think it was like last year, or the year before. Had little itty bitty aliens, had one spaceman in it, a couple little trees and stuff like that. We ended up getting like 2 or 3 sets. She put them all together. Something fun to build and stuff like that. And she's got them over there, and she came to me and said, "Hey, can we build a plate for these to try to do some landscaping and doing some." She wants to build a couple extra trees and stuff like that. It's like, sure. And I started looking at that, and maybe I'll do a breakdown of them later. But they're really kind of cool. I can get the numbers here in a minute, but I was really surprised. They're little itty bitty sets that came out a few years ago, last year, and I think they're like 6+ sets. The little purple like boxes about yay big. Nice little sets. Something for kids to build. Kids to build with a touch of a adolescence grown-up theme. Because when you start looking at space, it's nothing but Star Wars anymore. It's not like when I was growing up that, you know, we had classic space and Futuron and all the sub-themes and stuff like that, and something that was, you know, really could get your interest peaked. And now it's nothing but IPs and, you know, like Star Wars and now Pokemon and Lord of the Rings and, you know, Harry Potter and all that type of stuff. It's the idea of doing IP stuff is I think it's kind of lost on Lego. Don't get me wrong. There's icons. There's 3-in-1 sets. There's City, but it was nothing like the days of the 80s and 90s for sure. To me, that was the heyday. All right. So the other piece of the shuttle. It goes on there. And then they do a 15 to tie it all together. Well, that's just freaking solid. See, it's not a lot of big pieces. It's nothing but connectors. I think I've stated this before. I've never done the mobile or the rough terrain crane. I've bought 2 of them used to be able to build the Blacktron, BTS Corvinia logistics ship, and then also I did another one to build the Mtron research and mining rig number 2. Just because it had a lot of good technical parts, it matched the right colors, it had motors in it, had a whole bunch of connectors and different, pins and everything like that, and it worked out really well. Never built one. And what I think is interesting about all of that is that there is just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pins that go in there. And most big Technic builds are that way, yes. Yeah, I understand that. But man, it's just a lot. Okay, I've never seen this before. So they're taking a 4-length bar, and there's already a pin in there to hold that in there, and we're going inside that pin to do that. I've never seen a bar inside of a pin, but I think that's kind of cool. I think maybe maybe I have, when it looks at, when I look at that, it could be possibly like a gun or something like that, because you got a pin and then you got that as the barrel. That's not bad. It's interesting. That's part of the fuselage. Based on this lift arm or so, there's not a pocket for the rim to sit in there. So one of these is sticking up just a little bit higher. Can't really tell, but I can tell it here. See what happens. So then it goes flush. I'm pretty sure this is that's gonna have to get pushed up. Yep. So it got pushed up just enough to get that to fit in there. But it's all nice and flush there now. That was interesting though. It's like this one is sitting up just a little bit too because of the lip of the pen. And oh, of course it is. Bill too. So, Cardinals fan, St. Louis Cardinals fan. Spring break is going on, or spring training is going on. Didn't make it down to the game. Wish I did. But the interesting part is that tonight, Cardinals are versus Cardinals tonight. Don't know who to root for. So it's just a. I don't think it's a makeup game. I think it's an actual game. But it's I would assume A squad versus B squad. Played down at Jupiter, but just popped up saying that Cardinals versus Cardinals. Thought that was kind of funny. So has to go first, and then that. Oh, there's two of them. All right. So that comes down here, and they're put up this way, just like that. Okay. Now, these two pieces, a whole bunch of connectors. Not really, because this is actually an extra bin. So one, two. And they both go like this. These go. Probably should have followed the directions and put them in before I put that on there, but you know, not that smart. Okay. Some extras. Bag 6. It's like maybe one or both sides of the booster. Oh, cone with some printing on it. I assume they probably did it that way. You can see that. Probably did it that way because it was hard to put a sticker on there. That's why there's no sticker on there. These look like it's both sides of the boosters. It's one of my next favorite pieces. Size 32 axle. You can get a lot done with an axle that long. An Intron mining rig, or researcher mining rig. There's actually 40 of these in that drill rig. For tires, well, not really for the tires. It's mainly for the drill itself, to get the triangle shape. So when it rotates, it's that way. Take the 32s plus the 16s and some 8s, and that's what makes that up with a whole bunch of different connectors and stuff like that. It was kind of fun trying to put that all together, how to work through it. So, alright. I am going to do just a little bit of social media stuff here to show where we're at for bag 4, bag 5, and getting ready to do 6. So, bear with. Alright, bag 4 is done. We ended up getting the plate done here up top, and then we also installed the spiral for the ship or the shuttle to go up, and then the keeper with the pin that holds it all in place. And there is some resistance of that guy turning. It's easy going up, but man, come down, it's a little tight. And interesting part is that this thing does flip over to see all the technical side of things. And I like that they used axles here to provide just enough resistance that we're able to pick that up and not, or pick it up. It's not a full clutch that I can't lift it up. There's just enough. I like that. I like that. Like that a lot. So there's bag 4. Lego engineering. If you have something that you're trying to hinge, but you want easy access to it, don't put a connector to hold it down or a pin or anything. Use an axle or a pinned axle or pinned half axle, sorry, to allow just enough resistance to be able to pull up. There's still enough clutch that makes this hard to go up, but it doesn't lock it in place. There's still just a little bit that you really got to get over there. And 2 of those makes that really, really nice and snug and tight, and it doesn't really move. Cool Lego engineering. Bag 5 is done. This is the shuttle that's going to go in the front. And it's a lot of good panel pieces. I love the dark orange. And I assume that it's going to fit there. It's going to rise up and it'll be kind of cool. So, a lot of pins, a lot of connectors. I like that. Really like that dark orange. See, 8:30. Alright, I got time. I assume that there's going to be a lot of stickers in here. But the way that the parts look, it looks like it's going to be all the boosters and possibly the shuttle and stuff like that. So I guess it really doesn't matter. I'm just sitting there. All right. Excuse me. See? Hate those things. I was saying it's a bearing that has the pin on there, right? And just sometimes it does not fit in that hole. And it's very, very frustrating. Sometimes you just gotta bite the end of that thing to put it in there. Don't recommend it. Every time I shake my head, it's because I see one of these pieces. There's just a ton of them in here. Can't do anything about it. Just gotta bend or grin and bear it, and hopefully my fingers won't break off. So that goes like that. Then this goes over there. Then that goes up. Oh, so that's gonna flex a little bit. I assume. I don't know. Get the right orientation. That's interesting. Okay. That's one side. Guess we're doing the other side. Putting me asleep there. That's done. Oh, that's it. So they're just fitting over those pins, or those bars, and not actually connecting to that. Huh. Okay. That's a new technique for me. All right. So now this can go over that. Oh boy. That's kind of cool. All right. You guys can't really see it on the finger cam, but the lift arms here, that's actually what moves the boosters in and out like that. I'll do another video of that. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's what that looks like right now. Okay. Alright. So that goes on there. Now they're asking to pin this thing. Interesting. Alright. The ball goes on in a spacer. Now what it does is that it pins to the gantry itself. So, like that. Hope the hell it's going to be a little bit tighter. There's got to be something at the top that ties it in. But that right there, that squirrely Q white piece or whatever, that's what those two bars in there, or those axles in there to prevent the stain. So now it's all attached to that, so it can't get lifted up. All right, then on the back side, we're taking the axles. That's helping a little bit. All right, so this is fed through here into that. All right. That's pretty solid. Let's see, there's gonna be something up there. Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay. No, that's a lot better. Gantry's still just a little loose. Not a fan of that. Not sure what could have been done to do that, but no. Okay, moving forward. And these are a new type of brace lift arm. I'm not sure, but they're I don't know, like maybe 8 or 9 studs long. They don't have the holes. They're the thickness half of a lift arm. I haven't seen these before, but being connected. Down here, I assume that's what's gonna kind of keep all the stuff going up and coming down, going up, coming down. All right. Here's the booster connections. We're starting. Black, white, and 2x2. Another white, black, tile. White, black, 2x2. And white, black, tile. So they ended up having to do a tile here, that way it was flush against that. Put another one on top of here. Make sure all the holes line up. And then we're going to do 3-length yellow axle. Then 2 blacks. And a cone. And a cone with the dots on it. And that's going to be pointed. And there's a lot of stickers. I'm not going to do that right now. I'll do that off screen. Okay. This. Alright, 3, 3, that's 6. This one. Alright, that. How much you want to make a bet that I needed to put the stickers on before I do this side? Knowing me, that's probably going to be yes. Alright, so that's one booster. and that gets attached to this side, to that. Got attached here, and that is there. Now I get to build the other side. You got over there? No. It's actually right in the middle, isn't it? All right. Just do that. Now let's build the other side. Still more stickers. 10 total stickers. 5 for that one, 5 for that one. Don't understand it. Kind of upsets me. Can't get upset. Just do what you're supposed to do. Make parts with prints on them. Not that hard. It's easy to do. Just do what you're supposed to do. But can't. All right. Okay. Brain fart. Oh, almost a brain hemorrhage. I don't know if you guys see it or not. It's too black, too white. I was looking at this, making sure that I didn't screw it up. But I assume, based on this, is that when they see the too black at the cone, they know it's the right side versus the left side. That's NASA engineering there. So when these things fall into the Atlantic Ocean, they will know, hey, the one with the black is the right side. The one with the just white up there is the left side. Sorry. It was interesting, but as it goes up, it releases that, and goes all the way up. It's really kind of cool. Well, you can kind of see it on the big screen. And then there is resistance, so it just doesn't slam right down. It's kind of cool. And on the back side, there's a keeper there to prevent it from stopping it. When it's right there, that keeper, the cones with the fire come out. It doesn't get there, or doesn't hit that. All right, well that's kind of cool. I enjoy that. See what time is it? 52. I think I'm done for the day. But that's bag 6. Yeah, one more bag and a whole bunch of stickers to put on, and I may just do that off screen. But this is bag 1 through 6, pretty much done. The only thing that's left is the capsule that comes up here at the top. Then there's 4 mini spacemen, little itty bitty spacemen. Kind of like that. Really do. I like the playability. Granted, it's not much playability, but there's a lot of technical playability that shows how gears and everything else work, and I love that brake. So yeah, it's able to go up, but then there's just enough resistance that it just doesn't drop. You have to really kind of push into it to make it come down. That's really cool. How it is able to retract the boosters nice and smooth. It's not really pushing on anything. I mean, it looks like they're pretty much attached. Then as soon as you start going up and hits that one part, you can just see them start separating. That's cool. I need to go back through this stream and see how many times I've said that's cool. All right. Cool. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate that. I'll do the other bag and do a full breakdown, and maybe the next live session. So cool. Cool. All right. Have a good night.